superhero movie is so fun, and I have to say I thought Riker was a fabulous protagonist. I will also say that while I thoroughly enjoyed this, I am watching it as somebody who's not that bothered about superhero films. So the parody aspect really appealed to me. I'd love to know what you think of this, in particular if you are a superhero film fan. I don't know if you're going to love it because it's a superhero film, or not really care for it because it is a little cheesy. I'd love to know what you think. This was released in 2008. It's directed and written by Craig Mazin, and we have a cast including Drake Bell, we have Sara Paxton, Christopher McDonald, Leslie Nielsen, Kevin Hart. We have a bunch of guest appearances. Really, really solid cast. That definitely comes across in the performances. And the story is about a high schooler called Rick, and he's bitten by a dragonfly and develops superpowers. And the film is about him exploring these powers and the world of superheroes, and ultimately whether or not he's going to be able to use his powers or what's going to happen to him. Yeah, it was good fun. The pacing was not too bad. It took maybe a tiny bit longer than I would have liked to get to the point, but definitely nothing too bad. And Rick is a very likable character. I really wanted the best for him. I was really excited to follow the journey from his perspective, and it's genuinely funny. Again, I'm watching it as somebody who doesn't really like superhero films. There are exceptions, but in general, I'm not that bothered. So I found it to be quite funny. But depending on your perspective, you might have a very different experience. But it's a great story. I think the pacing is great once we get to the point. Everything flows well. The characters are well written. We have really great lighting. The camera work is great. The costumes look brilliant. We have some really great dialogue. Ultimately, I thought it was a thoroughly enjoyable experience. I am a fan of parody films in general. These films are very rarely, well, they're not exactly highbrow, but actually, out of all of the parody films that I've seen, this one, I would say, is one of the most expertly crafted. And it felt quite big budget compared to a lot that I've seen. According to Wikipedia, the budget was 35 million with a box office taking of 73 million. So that's pretty impressive, and it does feel big budget. As I said, a lot of the parodies I've seen, as much as I love them, do sometimes feel quite low budget, and I don't mind that because I think it's part of the charm. But that's not the case here either way. I had a lot of fun with it. If it sounds like your kind of film, definitely check it out. You do not need to be a superhero film fan to enjoy this. I don't know if it would be a help or a hindrance if you're a superhero film fan. I genuinely don't know. I feel like it would be a good thing. For example, I'm a big horror fan, and I love horror parodies when they're done right. I absolutely love them. So I would imagine if you're a superhero film fan that you'll thoroughly enjoy this. But maybe not. Let me know what you think. Personally, I had a lot of fun with it. I thought Superhero Movie had a fun story, great characters, visually stunning, very funny. Ultimately, a really enjoyable experience and a film that I'm certainly happy to recommend.